Hello guys, you are once again welcome to PENDREAM TV, your hottest political channel in Ghana and beyond. Today we bring you some hot banter, some hot arguments that transpired between Kwesi Pratt and Richard Ahiangba on the matters of Sedam Tamakro, the former Yoko boss. And in the argument, Richard Ahiangba has exposed himself and the NPP of their imagination thoughts about Sedam Tamakro, how they planned or how they thought the woman would surely commit herself in the process of action, which he has finally exposed on a big platform like Metro TV. And we bring that your way today here on PENDREAM TV. Please, if you're a newcomer and you have not yet subscribed, please do so for us. Like and also share to other members to watch as well. Don't watch it alone. Don't enjoy the gist alone. Let other people also know the facts that is transpiring in the political arena. Thank you and stay tuned as we bring you the hot engagements here on PENDREAM TV. Stay tuned.
Whenever I say my PENDREAM TV there, I see them yopo.
That was technically defective, it doesn't rubbish or erase the fact that there are concrete evidence on facts adduced in court, which then was the basis for any conviction that was secured. So it is not a circumstantial judgment. It was a judgment that is based on evidence. So what happens to those evidence? If you simply just say that for technical reasons, the person should be acquitted and discharged. So what about the evidence? That's the basis of the claim. And so for a government that won elections saying they are going to do oral, I don't understand that you would be in that situation.
But do you accept this, that Richard? What the lawyers or the prosecution might term as evidence is not as important as what the court says is evidence.
No.
You don't think so?
No. That's I mean, evidence is evidence.
They have the final say.
Yeah, evidence is evidence. I mean, the evidence adduced for why we came here and we started the show 8 o'clock.
If the court says, based on an understanding of the Evidence Act, this is not sufficient evidence, you're saying that.
But that's not what they ruled. They didn't say anything about the evidence.
They said that the how do you call it?
They said a burden of proof.
Yeah, the evidence is. It's incurably defective.
No, not the evidence. So the charge sheet.
The charge sheet.
Yes. So that has nothing. So they didn't talk about evidence. The evidence were there, but they only said that the way you wrote the charges, shifted the burden of proof to the defendant, as opposed to you, the prosecutor, defending or proving the guilt.
Yes.
And we're saying that, if that's what it is, even though if you look at 31-2, it doesn't really align with the position.
But if the foundation, which is the charge sheet, is problematic, why should the courts move ahead to look at the evidence?
Evidence.
No, it's a charge sheet that should lead us.
There are two different things.
You say I've done A, B,
the
C,
charge sheet is what you have done. Yes. So what you have done, how it was couched, does not mean that even in court that you were the one proving it.
Right.
You understand? So the trial, in this sense, the only thing they have about it, which is a concern, is that the way you crafted the charges shifted the burden of proof to the defendant.
And you disagree with the court on that?
And I'm saying that you can agree or disagree with that, but that has not materially changed the fact that there was evidence of the commission of the act, and those evidence exists. At this point, the Attorney General, even notwithstanding my view of his action now, holds that position to say that it cannot be that the appeals court, arrives at that conclusion. So, in the very point we are making here, finds expression in the Attorney General's position. You understand? To say that the appeals court actually went ahead of itself in terms of looking at the technicality to write off the evidence that existed. And I'm saying that gives you a certain sense, of selectivity. Selectivity. And Kwesi should be able to see that as well. So ultimately, Kwesi, our cause is not that we want a certain separate treatment for New Patriotic Party people. We're saying that let due process be given full occasion to unravel.
Okay. All right, I can see.
Boss, you see, in any criminal trial, there are three players. There is the bench, the judge or judges, as the case may be. Then there is the prosecution, apparently representing the state, you understand? And then, of course, there is the defense, the accused, and so on. Now, these three bodies, institutions, whatever, have distinct roles. None plays the role of the other. Okay? So the judge or judges sitting in a case do not craft the charge sheet. They do not build evidence. It is not their role to build evidence and so on. Okay? It is the prosecution's duty, not the judge's duty, not the accused person's duty, to prove the charge beyond reasonable doubt. Okay? The duty of the defense is just to create reasonable doubt. Minimum threshold, reasonable doubt. That's all there is. Okay? So, to do a presentation which suggests that the judge has a role in correcting a defective charge sheet is unfortunately untenable. Unfortunately, it is untenable.
Has anybody made that point?
I haven't said that. Can I finish, sir?
No, but I'm asking, did anybody make that point?
Well, whether you made the point or not, it's untenable.
No, but you are...
Do you agree that it's untenable?
But you are accepting. No, if nobody made the point, why are you saying it's untenable?
But he's entitled to give his general advice.
No, but I'm saying, but it has to arise for you to give the advice. Who made that point?
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. It's a view he's always held, so he's only repeating it. It's a view he's always held.
Okay, so I just want to know that nobody made it. So if somebody made it, I want to know who made it. Okay. And why he thinks so.
But can I
please go ahead.
Can I move on?
Yes.
You know, I want to refer to some specifics.
Yes.
In the Sedam Tamakro trial.
Yes.
What is the allegation? The allegation is that she entered into some contractual agreements for which the state would have spent more than necessary in the procurement.
Yes.
That's the allegation.
Yes.
One of the allegations. What are the facts? The facts before the court were that those agreements were never implemented. Indeed, those agreements were reviewed.
Yes.
Those agreements were reviewed by those who were prosecuting her. They reviewed the agreement that she signed. Worse still, Sedina did not pay 1 peswa. She did not pay 1 peswa in fulfillment of that contract. How do you charge somebody for causing financial loss when no money has been spent? Well, the defective agreement has been reviewed and thrown away. What's the basis of charging her for causing financial loss to the state? When the money was not spent, when the agreement was jettisoned. My friend, let's be serious. If she were your excuse my language.
No, feel free. I mean,
no, please. I was going.
No, go ahead.
If she were his sister, you mean?
I was going to say if she were your wife.
Okay.
Well, that would be wrong. You're just making an illustration, so you can go ahead.
On the basis of such accusations.
You see, so
you said she signed an agreement. Yes, she signed the agreement, but you reviewed the agreement.
Yes.
The sums in the agreement were never paid. Never paid. So how was financial loss caused? Massa, why? Why do you politicize everything?
But this is not politics.
Even people's freedom. People's rights are being politicized. What is this?
Don't go there. Nobody is politicizing anything. We are discussing the thing as is. And the commitment I'm making to you is that we want to create a certain standard that is enduring. I
agree.
Okay, so here's the issue. And it's painful that we're talking and it's as if we're personalizing it. But let's talk about the legacy that is going to leave. That's pretty much the issue. But the question about she signed a contract and then wasn't executed, and
it was reviewed.
Yeah, it was reviewed. What is that supposed to say?
The charge is causing financial loss. No expenditure has occurred.
But you see,
how is financial loss?
Kwesi, look at the point you are making, and I know you understand that it's an absurdity to say that just because the contract was not executed, as the crime has not happened. What happened?
What's the crime? Hold on. How was financial loss caused in this matter?
Hold on. What would have happened if NDC had won the 2016 election and she remains in office? Would she have executed it or not? Would she have executed it or not?
Fantastic.
So you have crystallized a contract.
Master, this is really fantastic.
No. You see, let's get serious about this.
You convicted somebody because she could have committed a crime.
But see, is that
what you're saying?
Kwesi, please.
Richard,
please.
You're saying that somebody
please, Kwesi, stop this.
Imagine that she could have committed a crime.
Stop this. But why are we imagining? The person has crystallized a contract in office,
which was not executed,
and the only reason it was not executed because they left office.
Yes. So
and other people, hold on. And other people came and reviewed it.
Yes.
Now, do you think that if she was in office, she would have reviewed it?
No. Let's say that no.
And so she would have.
Yes.
And so then
she would have committed the offense.
So the intent to commit.
No, can you believe this?
Yes, you have to believe it. Uncle, see, if you're running, well, now you no longer run the inside, right?
Well, just
when you were there,
if
you were there, and somebody contrived to do something like that, and just because the person was let go, okay, and it didn't materialize in terms of what they are purported to do, you think that was not a crime to begin with?
Richard.
And the state is a continuum, it's a continuity. So that effort that was crystallized in office when she was there, and I'm telling you that if the NDC had won the 2016 election, should have gone ahead and execute that contract.
Let us assume that.
Of course. So therefore, that contract that that contract that was crystallized when she was in office was a contract that the state was obligated to execute. Except that the people who took over saw that we can't do that.
Fantastic.
So that is the remedial action that was taken to save the state some money. And who told you even that the revised position was the ideal situation? Fantastic. Maybe we could have cut it into half.
Fantastic.
So the point we are saying is that, let's not try to rationalize this thing. If this is to be looked at fully, what has happened, the excuse to say that somebody reviewed, somebody paid, is actually lame to suggest that, because an individual has crystallized a contract. Which contract? In fact, when we came, let me just use an example that you just gave tomorrow on this show. Today, Wednesday, we're supposed to come here and do newspaper review. But Moro intervened and brought some other person to interview. Good cause, whatever. But that is not the purpose for this platform. You understand? You told him not to do that because this is a committed program.
Well, what power do I have?
But you did.
I only advised.
Well, Kwesi, we know you. You have all the powers. You just told him, Moro, listen. So the point I am telling you, Kwesi, just wait.
Please tell Richard that I am not Captain Planet.
You can be modest about it. I'm serious. Let me just laugh.
Captain Planet.
No, you are. We give you that. If you don't want to take it,
I am Captain Planet.
Yeah, we give you that. You can be. You've earned it. You've earned it. So when you've earned it.
Wow.
So Moro. So the point I'm saying is that nobody should be making that point. That point is being made by the NDC people, and Kwesi is repeating it. I think it's most unfortunate.
Okay.
You understand? You commit the state to a certain course of action. And you are saying that you shouldn't be held responsible for it. If it was a victory, wouldn't she claim it that I was there and we did ABCD? You understand? Okay. So how is it that the contract that you have signed, which should have cost the state in excess of what we ought to pay to get it, you are trying to tell us that because you didn't execute it, okay, that therefore you shouldn't be held liable for it? Okay. That for me is the lamest explanation or justification anybody can give to that. To be a matter to say that he shouldn't be held liable. That for me is complete. And the more you continue to make that argument, it makes the case weak. to say that you signed and committed the state to a contract. And because you didn't execute the contract and people reviewed it, the people who reviewed it rather are at fault. What kind of logic is this?
We spent 1 hour on Sedina.
Oh,
what kind of logic is that?
I think you have every right. You have every right to question my logic. No problem.
No. I'm saying that you are not the only person who said it. Other people have said it before you. And I think it's a lame logic.
Okay.
It's lame.
You have every right to question my logic, and I won't take it. I won't hold it against you. And so you're entitled to question my logic. Yes. You know, I'm not.
You see that you're exercising your Captain Planet powers. Okay. It's a passive aggressive way of telling me you are attacking me.
No, Masa, you can question.
It's okay. It's okay.
But I want to break down what you have said.
Okay.
What you have said in common, simple language is this.
Yes.
That Sedam Tamakro signed an agreement.
Yes.
And the agreement entailed inflated prices. It was not executed. The state did not spend any money.
Yes.
The agreement was reviewed, and no money was lost to the state.
Yes.
However, if the NDC had won the 2016 elections, that agreement would have been implemented.
Yes.
Not that it was implemented, but would have been implemented.
Yes.
No. And therefore, she has to be jailed for what she would have done. Not what she has done, what she would have done if NDC had won the election.
He says jail for intention. That's where it's coming from.
Exactly.
No.
Oh my goodness. Richard.
The charge.
Richard, listen to yourself.
Except that, Richard, the charge before the
Listen
courts
to yourself.
was not a charge of mens rea, which is her intention. The charge was that she had done it.
Yes.
And that's where all this is coming
she
from.
would have done it if the NDC had won power.
Yes.
Therefore, jail her. Hey, Richard.
Richard. Kwesi. So you answer the question. Answer the question. The contract as was executed. What? All right. I am shocked. I'm shocked that you are doing this. Look,
no, you see,
but see, here's the point. Imagine that the people who took over from her administration, let's just say the NPP administration, what if they decided they wanted to execute the contract as inherited? Would we have occasioned that loss?
The fact is that
would we no. So now the only reason there is no financial loss is because they decided not to act on it.
So there is no financial loss. That's the
Richard, you know what would have settled
But I'm saying that.
You know what I've settled.
And that is where, if the NDC had won, she would have executed that because she's clear in her mind that that's how much we should pay for the thing. I don't understand where you are going. You are coming with this.
I get where you're coming from.
So if you are doing that, you should commend the administration that took the remedial action to mitigate the cost.
I commend the NPP.
So, but then it's not equal to saying that nothing was done wrong. Because if you commend them, then you agree that something wrong was done, and therefore somebody took the action to correct it. So you must be clear on that. Don't just say that because I don't understand where you are going with that.
Masa, let us hold on. Let us assume.
How can you commend somebody and not agree that something wrong was done? So why are you commending the person?
Masa, let us admit, let us accept that the NPP was right. Let us even accept.
Why can you not just say it? Why is it agree? Because the situation is clear.
For the sake of argument.
Let us even agree that the NPP deserve commendation for reviewing the agreement and stopping
to save the state
for stopping that and so on. Where is the commission
of the crime
of the crime of causing financial loss to the state when no payment was made? Why is the crime? So I commend NPP. I commend Nana Akufo-Addo's administration. I commend Oforiata. I commend Tika and so on. All of you for reviewing the agreement.
Okay.
To stop us from an expenditure which would have led to the causation of financial loss to the state. The fact remains that no financial loss was caused.
But But so extend your
unless you
argument.
want to jail people on the basis of their intention, what they're thinking in their head.
But that was not before the
But
court.
this is not thinking in the head. This is thinking that is crystallized on paper.
Paper which you threw away. Paper which you threw away.
At effort to invite the people, say, let's renegotiate this because we see it to be obscene. That's a matter. Because what you Kwesi, you have not made any point. I think that what you're doing is a great disservice to this country, the way you are arguing. Because you cannot tell me, it's a great disservice, to be honest. You cannot tell me that a contract that is crystallized, and in depending on whatever terms it was, the state was obligated to effect it because it was a proper officer of the state that went into that contract. So that contract, and I'm telling you two things.
If the state was
probably
obligated,
at the benevolence of the organization, understanding that they want a continuous relationship with the state, and the state leveraged that to bring the price down. But you cannot tell me that when you crystallize a contract,
there was no expenditure, there was no payment.
But that is different.
So financial loss could not have been caused when there was no payment.
That is because there was an intervention to review it. Otherwise, that loss would have been occasioned. Are you not following the argument?
But it was not occasioned.
So what? So now who made it not to be occasioned?
You.
Yes.
And I salute you for that.
And so therefore, you set an example so that people don't commit you to that because the intent had been crystallized. That contract was as good as paid. If the NDC had won the election, it was going to be paid. If the NPP administration decided not to review it, it would have been paid.
I made a point. And because it's just the first.
I don't understand why you are making this thing as if.
So Richard, what was before the court was not about what her intentions were. What was before the court that she had done it. And Kwesi is saying that she didn't do it. That's all. It's that simple. It's a valid argument you're raising that the intention in itself is problematic. That
it is not intention. It is a contract. It's a contract. It's not intention. It's a contract.
So from Sedina's
So what is the intention?
No. From Sedina's point of view, it has been executed.
What do you mean by that?
The fact, not from a point of view. The fact is that the contract was never executed.
Okay, so
he makes the
after you sign a contract, then what? Hold on. After you sign a contract, what happens?
It would have been paid.
It was abrogated.
So the only reason it wasn't abrogated by who?
It was reviewed by reviewing. It was abrogated.
But I'm saying that was she the same person who reviewed it?
No.
And so why are you saying? So she wouldn't have reviewed it. That's the point.
That's intent. You are talking about.
But the contract is there.
If she were,
it's in there.
The contract is invalid.
The contract is not the same as execution of the contract.
Oh my goodness! I hope that you continue arguing like this going forward, because when somebody has signed a contract, which contract is right for execution, and the person is no more there, and another person comes. Okay, everything the gentleman came here to talk about today about Tor and going about what they have done and commending the CEO and all of that. Do you think that people before them didn't do the restructuring, the debt restructuring that the NPP did up until now?
Okay.
Did you give any credit to the other guy, the previous government?
You want us to discuss Tor?
No, I'm just giving you an instance. No problem. What I'm saying that I don't understand the logic, and having listened to you and your argument over the years, I find it difficult that you are making this argument that the contract was not paid.
Making illogical arguments. Say so.
I won't say that. I won't say that.
That's exactly what you mean.
No. But it's not consistent with what I know you to.
You're watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. We need to take a break. All right, you're watching Good Morning Ghana on Metro Television. The show is also live on 94.1 FM. Let me just read this from. So Kojochum Buafo has actually sent a message on this one. He says, More, I see Richard is back there this morning spouting Fumi logic, as usual. So according to Agbedefu, NPP convicts are political convicts and NDC convicts are rightfully convicted. Enough said. Agbedefu refuses to cross any bridge that exposes their lies and deceit. You want Sedina's right to be violated with flawed charge sheets because she is NDC. But Wontumi has been jailed on some circumstantial evidence because he's MPP. This kind of thinking is just epic. It's really annoying to hear Richard talking about creating a standard with Sedina's freedom by denying her of a basic right borders on lunacy. Do you know that a law firm that reviewed the agreement for Ken Oforiatta to pay the money to Mark Autos was Nana Asante Bedieto's law firm? Richard, you don't take remedial action on a dirty contract. You vitiate the contract. Fraud, vitiate, or that's contract law 101.
So,
and then this one
Moro,
from Kwame Sapon.
We should comment on this Kojo thing.
No. We're going to spend a lot of time on this one.
You allow Kojo.
But let's
So you had almost 2 hours
it.
here. Kojo's text more 10 seconds. You want to comment on
We
it?
have what 2 hours?
Yeah, we started at what, 8 o'clock? And it's almost 10. It's almost 10. Richard, don't do that.
Kojo, is an interested party. When you are reading Kojo, you are introducing a subject matter and not just gloss over it. So you've allowed him to make a statement uncontested. But that statement is not accurate.
There are a lot of... Anyway, so Kwame Sapon says, Moro, based on Richard's argument, the charge, in my view, should have been attempting to cause, that's what I said, it should have been attempting to cause financial loss to the state and not causing financial loss to the state. I kept repeating that. So, Kwame, thank you very much for bringing this up as well. Moro, what needs to be addressed is what needs to be addressed is that was Sedina charged with conspiracy or was she charged with actual deeds? Okay? Was she charged with causing financial loss to the state? Or the charge read intention to cause financial loss. What was on the charge sheet was, we must understand is that intention to commit a crime is not the same as actually committing the crime. So we're talking mens rea and actus real, right? Thanks and good morning from Mansa Musa. So I kept asking that what was before the court was not about intention, but he says, yes, it doesn't matter. The fact that intention was there, that's a problem.
No, I didn't say intention.
Contract is okay, no problem. So the contract was there. Never mind, it hadn't been executed.
Yeah. So
but the fact that the contract
is not
there.
intention.
Okay, all right.
It's not intention. It's a completed document. Right. It's as good as paid.
Okay.
Except people don't want to pay.
All right. So Idi Mukhtar says, in fact, this Richard Ahiagba is provoking us greatly this morning by his illogical arguments. With regards to the appellate ruling.
No, I'm the illogical one, not Richard.
no, this is from somebody to
Of course.
His is from you
The illogical one.
It will be logical to the one who wants it.
Says he was made to understand that any drowning person struggles to grab anything and everything around him, including straws. But the NPP should know the Ghanaians are far better than what they think we are. No lies would ever stand. Richard should respect our intelligence for once.
Oh my God.
Farm. He says that, good morning, my brother. In fact, let's get serious in this country. Is Richard and co trying to say that no one should be arrested if they fail to abide by the law? For God's sake, we are governed by laws in this country. This country is not a banana republic, for God's sake. My brother, do you remember the young man who was holding a placard on Legon campus calling President Akufo-Addo to open up the Legon hospital? This young man was arrested under President Akufo-Addo. What about that? My brother, the leadership of the NPP, what the leadership of the NPP are doing is because they have lost relevance in the party and in the country, and they want to look relevant to to their party supporters, because elections of national executives at the corner. But if you know Richard has always been like this. It has nothing to do with his vice, his ambitions. So Sadiq from the UK says, what Richard is saying is not a law. Let us debunk it and educate the public. A lawyer should explain to him that Sedina did not cause any financial loss to the state. Under contract law, contracts that are found to be defective or tainted can be rescinded, terminated or abrogated. Drafting a defective contract is not a crime.
What's the defect?
Now, okay. Elijah Razak, I've seen your message as well. So Reverend says, good morning. Reverend Samuel Eji of the PNC said, good morning, and your panel. It looks like as if the NPP is trying very hard to make this government look bad in the eyes of Ghanaians, but what they are forgetting is that they just left office. So if there is any comparison, then definitely it won't be the PNC, CP, or any other party than the NPP. But for now, if the truth is being told, the NDC is now far, far, far ahead of the NPP. NPP is a great party with great people, and there's no doubt about that. But for now, they need complete overhauling for them to win power again. God bless you and your panel. And I'm going to do 2 more and then we'll go. So Alfred Kojo Trados, he says that an acquittal or a setting aside of a conviction does not automatically mean that every transaction was proper, prudent, or administratively defensible. It simply means that a specific crime or offences charged against Madam Sedam Tamakro were not proven beyond reasonable doubt. According to the law, it appears to me that Richard Ahiagba and some spin doctors of the NP have not read the judgment and are all over the place wasting everybody's ear. More after carefully reading the judgment, have come to the conclusion that both the then Attorney General and the judge did not do a thorough job. It looked more like an agenda than justice. Alfred Kojo Trados, Deputy National Organizer Aspirant of the NDC.
Wow.
And the Guy G, he says, good morning, Moro. Okay, Guy G, yes. So, happy birthday to Asantua, a.k.a. Insota Bruni, of Youth Employment Agency. Enjoy God's goodness always. Guy G from Cantonment. In fact, yesterday was your birthday. That's Asantua, aka in Suta Bruni of Youth Employment Agency. Yesterday was your birthday. Ngaji is wishing you a happy birthday. And Papa Bisu says in the opposition, they can put all the statements indicating that they have all the answers to our woes. But when you give them the chance, the opposite is always what they create. We have seen all of them, both in Kufuor and Anado's regime. They are worst offenders. Opposition is really their comfort zone and not rulers. Greetings to Uncle Kwesi Pratt, Papa Bisu from Spintex sends that message. And Mr. E.K. Kumsin says that I agree to your panel, Mr. Hegba really hoped for the NDC communicator this morning so that the discussion is turned into NDC vs NPP. Our Kwesi is fantastic independent submission has thrown Mr. Hegba off gear. Democracy under attack. This demonstration should not come from the NPP. Interesting times ahead. E.K. Kumsin, UCC. And
you're just going to read text.
Yeah. You know, we ask them to send, so when they do, we have to acknowledge some. We can't read all. Let me just end with a Tafa from Amir. Says, good morning. I will do Dr. Richard listen to himself at all. He kept contradicting himself in one hand. He said government releases the woman. It should release the woman, and they turned around and said that even the AG disagreed with the ruling of the appeals court. Richard AG is part of government.
Okay. Who didn't follow the conversation.
Your party members are totally confused. Tafa from Amir sends that message. Anyway, McLean is my final message. Sorry about that. McLean says, similarly, President Mohammed and his NDC members have sadly forgotten that no government remains in power forever, not even for 100 years.
Thank you for making time with us once again. And this is the thought of the NPP as Richard Ahiagba has freely exposed the party and himself, how they thought or how the evil plans they have in mind about the NDC and Sedam Tamakro has finally been revealed by himself during a hot engagement with Kwesi Pratt. And I would like to receive your thoughts at the comment section on this, and nothing but on this topic. No insults, speak your mind, and let's go our way. Thank you for watching.
PENDREAM TV now, so far so good. Say open online portal e Ghana. Nipa share, nipa follow, nipa comment here. To my best of knowledge, without any biases, PENDREAM TV.